Okay, good. We're live. I was just checking. So we didn't start talking. And the mics are good. Perfect. It's been about 2 weeks since we've live streamed. Kind of excited to be back. But I've been on a heater too. It's been the entire month of November. I haven't had a losing day. I've had losing trades, but not a losing day. So
And this looks, as of now, looks like a day that you'd take a loss because this 4-hour chart is disgusting.
the 4-hour chart's disgusting. 15 minutes.
We have not done anything on the 4-hour. Yesterday we swept the low from October 17th, which was the low that we put in after that giant Trump move on the 10th of October. So we do have SMT at that low, but I want to pay attention to the reaction that we got off of the SMT. Yes, we did get one good 4-hour candle closure right after we swept it, but then after that we had about 16 hours of no displacement, just consolidation. So it's not what you'd want to see for a reversal, right? You'd want to see that instant reaction, then you'd want to see it follow through and continue higher. So I do want to see either the previous day's low get taken or the low from overnight session get taken before even considering longs. I still looking at the daily following the weekly profile. Monday opens high into a daily gap, and then Tuesday and Monday, I guess, expand away, taking out this internal low. I don't think that's the final objective. I still want to see that previous month's low get taken, so the low of October. We've traded back into that unfilled portion of that new week opening gap, which is below the October 17th sell side, and then it goes down until the close of that, the day where Trump announced, what did he announce again? Was it tariffs? I can't remember what it was. Anyways.
I think you had China in the title.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, something with China. Anyways, I still would like to see the previous month's low get taken. And honestly, if I look at the daily chart, I don't really see a place that makes sense to retrace to other than kind of where we're at, like at immediate rebalance of Monday's low. Because we already tapped into the daily gap on Monday and expanded away. There's no imbalances that were left. Even on the 4-hour, there's only one small 4-hour gap that we formed, and we did trade to it yesterday. So I'm still short biased to the previous day's low. There's just nothing that's super obvious right now to take. YM took the low from London session low. So there's SMT there. Oh, wait, no, it didn't take London's low. The wrong one marked up.
Does it feel like it's been 2 weeks since we've live streamed?
Not really, actually.
Weird.
I feel like it was like, just a quick little break.
Yeah.
I like the like twice a week stream idea though.
It's been all of November that we haven't streamed. I mean, we did kind of choose a bad day today to live stream. And I put that because I knew it was a bad day. I put some stuff in the title that we could talk about. Or not in the title. When I announced it yesterday on the Twitter, I had some talking points. Kind of about the way that you could go about navigating a week where we have this, red folder news on Thursday, right? We've got unemployment, non-farm unemployment change, or non-farm employment change, not unemployment. And today, obviously not as high impact, but the FOMC meeting minutes is at 2 p.m. So how do you go about trading the day before that high impact news? Well, it's a little bit technical, but it's also kind of just this preconceived might not be that good of trading today, right? So you go in almost restricted, but not to where if the structure is super clean, you're not going to take the trade. You just manage your risk accordingly, right? So you could decide, don't overtrade, don't force anything. And if you're not really confident with anything, that is a very good indication that you should just walk away for the day. we haven't had a big news event like this in a while.
Yeah, I confirmed that is the big NFP, not that pre-NFP NFP that we've been getting. Unemployment claims also tomorrow, also tentative. That hasn't been confirmed yet, but NFP as of now it looks like it's confirmed for tomorrow.
They'd all be confirmed, wouldn't they? I
No, unemployment claims is not confirmed yet.
don't even have that on my thing. Oh, it is tentative. What the frick? Why is it tentative? Why is it tentative? Okay, hold on. I need to lock in a little bit more. I'm talking about the news too much. I haven't really done any analysis.
The only thing that I've noticed right now is we have SMT with the 2 a.m. candle low on the 4 hour, and we got like somewhat of a reaction off of it.
Oh, on YM.
But again,
Must talk about YM, right?
yeah. But again, I'm not really worried about that.
What about the somewhat of a 4-hour change in state? I guess.
I don't really.
You can look at that.
It's hard to consider it when it's just in a consolidation.
Mm-hmm. You know what we've been doing a lot the past few weeks is having pretty aggressive Judas swings off of open, right? So if you're somebody that trades the Judas swing and takes an inversion, you are doing good. Today might be a different scenario, but I can draw your attention to the 1 minute chart here. A lot of my trading's on the 1 minute, all based off the higher time frame. But we can just look, see that high, that high, that high, that high, that high. Really? Like, are we gonna do that? We're gonna leave all those pretty much in a trend line manner? No, I think we take them right from here. Like this, trading into this order block, holding that imbalance, does very well seem like it would just run right to those highs.
Yeah.
And
Well, that would actually offer, if we're gonna get the move lower today and take out the previous low, that would be a good spot for an SMT.
yeah. And then
With London's high.
we draw your attention to the 15 minute here. We have these highs from yesterday that we left within about 30 points. And when we get back up close to them, we consolidate, right? So if we're consolidating there, you might want to trade back above it. And now what I would look for this leg of trading and the confirmation against it would be the 15-minute change in state there. So waiting for another 5 minutes. And that's honestly as much analysis as you would need to do today. You know, you acknowledge the hourly inverse, the 4-hour order block, 1 hour order block here. That fact that this failed to take out this low, you can acknowledge that as well as a bull's signature, and seeing that you're in this somewhat of an uptrend, beginning of an uptrend. Watch how we react as we trade back into it, right? Do we continue? Or if it's rotating, you now know we're going to attack this on the opposing side, which is the sell side. But I kind of love the idea of longs to into those relative equal highs pre-market and yesterday. Like I was saying on the 1 minute, this reaction off this order block is pretty much the telltale sign that we would run right to these highs. So that happened pretty quick too. If they were to look something, I mean, if you just held it to there, would have been like 1.7 R. That high. We end up usually trading the second stage. It's like if we were to get above this internal high, not make it look like it was going to reverse, continue a little bit, get a good retracement, then a good internal model, that would be where most of the confidence comes from. There's times where I'll definitely take it right on open, depending on how confident I am.
Okay, there's London's high. YM's not really getting a move off of that SMT at the lows. It's kind of just consolidating, and it's kind of heading back. See if ES can get above London's high too.
Wasn't quick enough on that, on the draw here. Well, when you wait for that 15-minute change in state, you'll get left out on that 2-minute trades, right? Do you see that?
I'm looking at it right now, yeah.
Oh, okay. Hmm, 50-minute close right there. Perfect. That is the close that I'd want to see. Really bullish. Now, I pretty much draw right to these highs. We just invalidated the, hold on. ES is really close to invalidating the SMT. If you've noticed, if you've watched the live streams before, maybe you're tuning in. I don't really pay attention to ES as much. I use it for SMTs. The other times I've used it to trade, and it NQ still does the same trade, but it's actually smoother. Makes me regret trading it, so I don't end up trading ES. So I don't focus a lot of my analysis on it. Always, when you mark out stuff on NQ, I look at ES and see if it has it as well, but I don't annotate it on ES. So that's why I didn't even have this high marked out, but I knew the highs were there. With that 50-minute close, ES, I guess, coming up pretty much right to the high. So you'd say invalidating the SMT. Now we're getting a little bit of a retracement, and honestly, like positioning yourself somewhere in the retracement. How big is that? 120 points.
I want to see YM start to reverse if we're going to get a move higher. Plus, if we get if this 4-hour closes basically where it's at now, above London's high. If the 4-hour closes above London's high, then we'll have that 15-minute gap, which would be a good spot for a continuation off of the SMT at the 6 a.m. low. No, 2 a.m. low. But I would need to see YM start to flip bullish.
YM's going to flip bullish when NQ's at the high.
Okay, ES took London's high. Wicked above it. Well, I'm starting to have a good reaction off of that low. I'm gonna pay attention to that 15-minute gap on YM. If YM inverses that gap, then I think it's pretty much confirmed that we're gonna go see higher.
I wonder if I'm gonna be in long before that happens. Mm. So I'd want that. I don't want to necessarily wait for the 15-minute candle close, but this 5-minute candle forms that 5-minute gap there. That kind of has a bit of my attention, right? Actually, that has all of my attention on the retracement side. Like if we were to drop down into there. It has been just Judas swings the past like a week.
Yeah.
Always does that. And then we're always taking the continuation. But it has continued, which, pretty much a tribute to having some decent price action for once. This month's been really good.
It would be nice to see a move below the previous month's low though, before we get the Santa rally in December.
There's been years where it doesn't happen. Doesn't need to happen. Usually it's like we're still, pushing all time highs as we hit December. We were supposed to be going down. If you talk about seasonal tendencies and kind of like historical market pricing, I guess it usually declines in April. Historically, right? But it didn't really do it this year. It actually went up. Or no, it did. No, yeah, it did dump and then it reversed crazy. But usually enters that micro bear market.
YM's headed back to the lows.
Well, that's good.
Rejecting pretty hard off that 15-minute gap.
That's good because NQ's running and I want to see it retrace. So. Yikes, that retracement would be nice. Um, might not happen. Sometimes I definitely miss out on the move when I wait for the retracement. I really love being in on this setup a lot of the time. It's just the timing for me. I don't usually take it right at open. I want to see the opening range play out. Okay, we're not getting the retracement. Just so you guys know. That might as well be the trading day.
I mean, so closing way up here would probably take previous day's high.
That's where we are at.
No, not quite.
Yes.
No, previous day high is another 130 points higher.
Uh, oh, right. If you go off of, yeah. It's my bad. Going off of the calendar day high, not the regular electronic trading hours high. Okay, that's why. Screw it. Marking it out.
Well, like if you go to the daily chart, that's the
Yeah, no, that's the regular electronic trading hours. Yeah, I was going off of the calendar. I was in the 4 hour going off of the calendar day. That's why I went to. That's why I was like, it's this high. Honestly, we missed the move. We'll accept that. That's fine. The trade, the only trade here.
yeah. There really wasn't much to get in on other than the first entry.
That was the only trade to get in. I wasn't against that trade. I just don't take it all the time. It's a good trade. But it could have been, to make me take it, it would have had to have been slightly more obvious in the sense of like what we were retracing to. Like we hit equilibrium, but if we took the low, S&T would have had no excuse but to take it. Okay, we could leave that high and trade to that 5 minute.
We've been doing it recently. We've been falling just short and then retracing.
No, if I was in the trade down there, I would expect it to get taken. Yeah. Ooh. I have to go back and watch that first little opening line I said.
Okay, 3 minutes. YM's going to inverse its 15-minute gap. So then I would expect, if NQ's going to trade to the previous day's high, then YM should try and catch up here off that 15-minute inversion. We're going to form a 5-minute gap too here at 10, so that could be a possible spot for a continuation.
Damn, just too fast today. Went and watched the beginning of the live stream, called it out perfectly, but too fast, couldn't get in. Right when I'm waiting for that 15-minute change in state and it closes up here above the high, I don't buy the 15-minute change in state. I can't cover that downside appropriately. But damn. Also notice that I'm pulling in and out from my mic too much. Like, kind of keep it within a bubble. It's hard. I usually pull back to drink my coffee so you don't have to hear the. Wow. Okay. So since that 15-minute change in state, 170 points. Pretty much straight to that previous day high. Would have been really nice to just hold it a little longer at that 50-minute change in state level, even trade into it. But there was no trade. There was no trade for me.
Yeah, and the only thing I would consider here at 10 a.m. is if 10 a.m. opens, trades down into that 5-minute gap that we just formed, and then offer some sort of continuation model out of there.
I'm gonna be.
But then again,
I'm gonna be
pretty
longing
close to
at where I would have been taking my TP.
Yeah. Then again, it's pretty close to the target, so.
It's not that close. If you get that 5-minute gap,
Yeah, but then you got to think
146 points.
your stop. Like
Gotta
if you
be-
get internal model, like your stop loss is still going to be like 50 points.
Okay, that's still a 3R. That's
Yeah,
good.
if it like digs deep into it though, but if it just taps it and then something like you're.
If it flicks it, no, I don't want to. I don't really want to be in there. But if it's penetrating it, it's a good. It's gonna be good.
Well, I'm just tapped its 15-minute change in state right there.
I wish you could play music in live streams. Not that would help people watch it, but it would help me do it. I could play music. I usually play music, but you guys can't hear it. Dang. You know, that equilibrium would be really nice to trade to. We haven't had a single down candle in. How many minutes is that? Wait, that's a down candle. Okay. 10 minutes. 10 minutes of straight up candles. Give me a retracement. You know, in a case like this, it might make the retracement seem deeper than it should be, actually. Which would be great for people that are still on the bullish side, but would flip the people that are wary. We've had quite a large expansion.
YM got a really good hourly closure on that last hourly candle.
I was really hoping that you said Williams drifting out the 50 minutes. Like, good, get NQ down into that 5 minute, and it did not go. I didn't doubt that we would not run there. Wait, no, we would. I didn't doubt that we would run there. I don't really pay attention to Lion that much. Frick, ES is going off my chart, man. Get back on here.
Yeah, well, I'm just tapped that hourly order block and the 15-minute order block.
So,
Now
so
it's-
reverse now, please.
It is going to form a 5-minute gap.
We're almost at the previous day high.
I'd like to see.
We are so close to that previous day high. How long ago were we? Yo, we need to get down. Wait, maybe it's trying to price that 5-minute gap in at equilibrium. Hey, we formed a 50-minute gap. Let's see if we can get to that.
Isn't that way down there?
What? It's only 180 point retracement, man. Come on, that's happening.
Here's the thing, though. Like, if Lime's going to get the move higher, it's not going to retrace as deep as NQ is going to retrace. So, assuming they get the same amount of retracement, it might be even to this upper 5-minute that we just formed after the buy side, which don't really think I would look to take.
It needs some relief. It's been straight up. It's exhausted, all right?
Doesn't look like we're going to get it.
Just long now.
Take the 1 to 0.01 hour.
I guess now I'd be happy with the upper 5-minute. Yes, but here's the thing. Higher time frame. I can't really see us reversing from here.
No,
I mean,
I don't do that.
it we do have that SMT, and that's like the
But it's internal. It's not like the external. Oops. It's not like the external low.
which delivers sometimes. I mean, once we take previous day's high, that's kind of the either we reverse from there as the internal range buy side, or we are expanding through it and coming into when is that? This week's high. All right, that's the what I'm looking at.
I'd like to just catch longs up to the previous high. Then I don't have to worry about looking for shorts or anything up there. I don't think I would short anyways, just because of the 4-hour candle that we just printed. And how aggressive it was. It's like a 300-point candle. Okay, YM's starting to get a little bit of momentum to the upside. And NQ's kind of consolidating. If NQ can drop into that 5-minute, we're actually going to form a 50-minute here right away. Honestly, that lower 5-minute's not like super out of the picture.
Oh, now it's not.
I mean, it is still another like 75 points lower, but I would prefer a move into that lower one. Give it a little bit better risk. It'd also be closer to equilibrium of that range.
Ah, yo.
Yeah. Probably not going to get a trade. Didn't even get below the 10 a.m. opening price, which is like the main thing I'd be looking for. I'm just going to pop my head over to gold quick. See what gold's doing. Yeah, people are 100% taking this gold trade, I would think.
Get off gold.
SMT instead of an hourly gap.
Get off gold. What
50-minute SMT, 5-minute inversion, 3-minute change. Like, yeah. I'm going to see that on Twitter later. I already know it.
You might see this trade on Twitter too. The premium. I know the trade you're seeing on Twitter. I don't even want to say it.
What, us catching shorts off this high?
No,
Yeah,
the long
equilibrium.
off the order block and the 2-minute fair value gap right at open.
Oh, yeah.
Keep in mind, a lot more people take trades right at open than after 10 a.m. A lot of people kind of ride that volatility. I mean, with that Judas swing, I mean, we kind of been in the Judas swing for the last 3 weeks. Like, pretty prominent and following through. People have kind of gotten used to trading right at open. Still doesn't beat last Friday. Last Friday was wicked. That was a good one. The previous day high is taken right there. No trades on that up move. No retracements on that up move.
Yeah.
But you know what? I'll call it my bad. I should have longed right at open. I called it out in the live stream.
It was just tough. It was in a consolidation. Like the 4-hour looked pretty disgusting. And we wanted that 50-minute close, but then it closed at the buy side, and then from there just didn't offer anything.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Like I would have been fine if it closed where it did, but then retraced to like a 5-minute gap or something and offered some sort of internal. I would have at least been able to take that. But there was nothing. So.
But if you have a model you trade, and you see a trade doesn't quite fit it, so you don't take it, right, and then it hits, and you're like, I should have taken it. Didn't really fit your model, so why not wait for your model that plays out? This has been playing out. It's been retracing for the past like 3 weeks, so it has to do to swing, expands, gets the retracement, expands further most of the time. This is a bit aggressive of an expansion, though.
Yeah, like there wasn't a single pullback.
That's 400 points.
First stream in like 2 weeks, and it's one of the only days we don't take a trade.
I couldn't tell you the last time you took a trade. You took a trade before 10:30.
Yeah, most of these have been after 10. Let's see.
So.
Yeah, that was at 10:30. Friday was at 10:15. 10:03. Yeah. Yeah, they're all after 10. Seems like. I mean, only one red day this whole month is pretty good. I don't think you had a red day.
I did not.
That was the day we both took a loss, and then you just.
I knew the bias was right, so I took another trade. Okay, so taking that previous to high, that's like the main target. Like I put the most weight on that being.
Yeah, like I wouldn't look for longs anymore.
I wouldn't say that, but I would say there is the ability to short down into the imbalances. You take that prominent of a buy side, you're going to do, well, we've already kind of continued. So you're going to do like one of two things, in my opinion. We're going to consolidate or we're going to retrace. Or we're going to consolidate, then retrace, or consolidate, manipulate, and expand. So that's still one of two things. It starts with consolidation or retracement. So if we see a retracement set up, there's a good chance you can catch a little bit of a play to the internal range. So those 5-minute imbalances. I'm not the kind of guy to short right now on this in this inversion, which is happening, but that'd be the kind of first step. It's a little bit daunting to short against that up move. That's 400 points, right?
Yeah.
You know how great equilibrium would feel though? Do we hit? We almost hit 25,000. Wow. Like I was saying, higher time frame. Like from we have that 4-hour close now, right? The 10 a.m. 4-hour close. That is a very bullish close. Does the reversal structure fit? Not necessarily. It has that SMT at those lows though. So to run to the current weekly high, it's in the books, especially with the NFP news driver tomorrow. But that's also why I'm kind of hesitant, and why I was hesitant on taking that first trade. Damn, I was literally talking about I'm a little bit more restricted in terms of trade setups on days like today. Most likely consolidates, drops down, runs it back out. Those poor people trying to short the inverse off the top. I don't really feel for them, but you get. Cannot treat every inversion the same. It's also only a 1 minute. 2 minute didn't even get inversed. A little bit of consolidation here, and then dropping lower to that 5 minute would be nice.
Yeah, Trump also speaks at 12:15, I think.
Oh, that's fine.
So I will not be trading past 12. Did your ES take that previous day's high?
Yeah.
Okay. By how much? Because mine, I don't even know. Mine passed it by like a tick.
Maybe it didn't. I thought it did.
It's the same thing, like a tick.
Yeah.
Okay. I do have the SMT marked out with that previous day's high, and YM is reversing off of it. I wonder about YM shorts off of that SMT. If we like get a good, might be just a tape read if we get it. I'll take it. But 15-minute gap right now. See if we can get through that.
Only trade I saw at that 50-minute change in state was that order block in the 1 minute. I was like, that. I haven't even been able to trade 2 contracts recently. This is what you get when you expect the consolidation.
Yeah, you get the
Consolidation.
consolidation.
I'm gonna make coffee. Start depressing. Wait for my setup. On track. It's on track.
So the English part I don't understand English, so he translates into Mandarin. Well, we would go English, that's how we would go English. Like what you want to hear? We're here for the music. Shut up. You expect me to understand your language? Shut up. Like that's what. Well, I'm speaking English, but that's like. What language are? What is your best language? Well, with the English. English is your best language. Sure, English will fill up. Yes. Okay, let's go to all. So I speak English. Take 12 E's, butler milk for the house. Swear to the
Bro, watch this. He's getting a Chinese guy to translate into Mandarin before answering in English. You know, I really don't want the trading day to be done, but it is seriously making me think it is. Well, I don't. I was just getting flashbacks to all those 4-hour live streams we would do, waiting for a trade.
Yeah, well, I'm starting to inverse that 15-minute. It's gonna inverse it here in 2 minutes.
Well, we're in that upper 15-minute gap, but that's not nearly where I want it to go. I'm gonna go just a little bit lower. ES is in the lower 15-minute, so there's a little SMT there. I would expect it to. It's getting invalidated. Now this is a very large 15-minute, so we got a lot of room to play around in here. That's not the 15-minute gap. 50-minute is right there. Okay. I really hope there's a good continuation entry.
The only thing is, like, What are you targeting?
The internal eye.
Nothing like super. Oh,
Let my chart get so messed up there.
I don't know. YM looks pretty bearish. See if NQ holds this 50-minute gap or not. It's a big 50-minute gap, so. YM also left relative equal lows from yesterday. At the previous day's low. Left it by 4 points, 5 points.
It's fucking weirdo. Look at these chords. Look at them.
Look at him. Yeah.
They're weird.
Some bar chord, like half bar chords.
No. This,
Isn't it?
I know. Look at that. You can go and adjust them though. So you can play different ones.
Oh, yeah.
But like, you know, that's weird. I was like listening to the song. I was like, yo, this song sounds easy. Like, I wonder what his chords are. Nah, change them. It's funny how there's 22 ways to play an A minor. That's funny.
Yeah, we'll see what happens when NQ reaches, or not NQ, when YM reaches the 930 low. We'll see. But off the SMT at previous day's high, YM is getting a strong reaction off it. We inverse that 15-minute. So YM might see the sell-off to the previous day's low.
Oh, nice. Going right deep into that 15-minute. All right. Now, I will not look for shorts today. That is just not on my itinerary. We will be on the long side.
Well, I'm gonna watch YM here
You watch YM.
because it does have good sell side targets.
We need to inverse the 50-minute.
It already did.
No. Like in Q.
Oh.
For me to look for shorts. I want an internal sweep on the long side of the.
That's why the telltale is gonna be that 930 low.
Of course you would do it, Marty. Damn.
Might be a short. Might be a short. Okay, YM's about to take the 930 low. It's like a point away.
Lions putting that SMT in. Oh.
Yeah, so YM took the 930 low. We'll see here. This would be the last opportunity for longs. I don't think it's gonna play out because if it was going to, I think we would have held that 15-minute gap on YM because it was the weakest. But as soon as NQ takes that previous day's high, we immediately reverse.
Debatable, but the immediate portion.
Hourly candle closes in 3 minutes. I'd look for a 15-minute change in state tap maybe for a continuation. I'm actually about to trade YM. God. We'll see. Clean, I'll take it. Might just go a little bit lighter size if I do get it.
You're short?
No, I might. Yeah, I might short YM.
Why already took the sell side?
930 low, but it's got the relative equal lows at previous day's low,
Yeah, that's fair.
and it's the weakest.
That's fair.
I mean, like you could take a short on NQ, but you'd probably take it off at 930 low, I guess. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what looks the cleanest. YM just took the low day right there. 30 seconds till this hourly closes. If you mark out equilibrium of the hourly candle on YM, the 50% is okay. It's way up there. So yeah, you don't want to see a trade above equilibrium, which is basically back into that 15-minute inversion. So then the only period between equilibrium and where we're at now is going to be the 15-minute change in state and then the 5-minute fair value gap. So we'll see. See if we can get up there.
That's when who held the 50-minute. That was my. This is a great discount to long it though.
ES inverse its upper 15-minute.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's a 3-minute change of state on YM off of the 3-minute gap.
You short him?
No,
I thought you wanted short.
not this. It didn't trade to the 5-minute gap. I guess there's a 3-minute gap there, but we'll see. Because we're gonna open up a 15-minute. Oh, it's in 10 minutes, so. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'm fine letting this one go. It's a 1-to-1 only, so.
On YM.
Yeah.
If you take on Q, it's a 5R.
Yeah, if it runs that far, yeah.
Well, it depends where you put your stop loss. I'm just gonna clarify. I'm not really looking for shorts. Not yet, at least.
I like the idea of this 15-minute gap opening up, and then we trade into that, form some sort of SMT, and then get the continuation lower. That's something I'm looking to take, because NQ and ES are trading into, or no, not ES, just NQ. NQ is trading into an hourly gap right now. So if we get like a small bounce off that hourly gap, trade to the 50-minute BPR when we get it, and then see some sort of continuation, I'd probably take that. Plus, I'd probably bring YM back into close into equilibrium and into those 5-minute gaps and that 15-minute change in state. So that's what I'd look to take.
Damn, this inversion would be crazy. been having a lot of volatility. Like each swing is like 200 points plus. I mean, the first swing, 400 points, but even this retracement, 300 points. Wicked. I mean, it is very valid that it is not a retracement, and it instead is a reversal, but I'm waiting for more confirmation on that. Taking that previous day high is a decent level of buy side. ES very slightly took it, which did trade it into a 4-hour then. A little 4-hour here. So to see that as the rebalance for the being bearish, which is the higher time frame bias, was my higher time frame bias. Kind of looking for the invalidation of this SMT now. But I was waiting for the 50-minute to form here. And catch something to just that 930 sell side potentially.
Slamming.
Oh, that's just free fire. He got chopped up on Tampa.
No, yesterday.
Oh yeah.
No, that was Tempo's thing.
That's Tempo's.
Yeah.
Is that? Oh, it's not XFA.
Okay, 2 minutes and that 50-minute gap opens up. Might not get that retracement. You're taking along? Said you're taking along?
No. Yeah. If there's a long, I'll take it and go to break even at that 15 minute. And the only thing is like for reversal structure, I don't like that that. That's not my reversal structure. So I'll long to continue with like we have the 50-minute order block here and that 4 hour. Sure, we've taken this previously high. Don't like the reversal off of it, right? Like that's like I said, a consolidation. I said I wanted to see it consolidate and trade back into it. If we go into the 50-minute, then continue lower, that's the short. But again, like I like going off of this structure here. As somebody that wants to take shorts, though, would you look at the 5 minute right here on 9 cube for shorts?
Um, no, I'd probably wait for the 15 minute.
So
Just a little clearer.
I want to see it go to the 50 minute too. So like, if I get on along to that 50 minute, get the cheeky little break even in. As long as we're holding this lower hourly in 15 minute and we're still, you know, as much as it looks like it might get that, bearish hourly change in state, we're not there yet. Might be a juice though. The market kind of expended a lot of points.
Yeah.
We've had, if you count every single point since open, 720 points we've moved. It's a lot of volatility, right? It's slow here too. Again, for even the longs, or for the shorts, I mean, we got to get into that 15 minute, in my opinion. A little bit of retracement's nice, but again, I'm still looking at it on the long side temporarily. In my opinion, there's a lot to fill up in here. test this long here. Forget this inversion.
All right. I'm not gonna take the long, but I will look for a short if we retrace to that 50-minute gap.
Did I inverse it? I didn't inverse it on that. Well, I took the inverse off of the MNQ. Didn't quite close on the NQ. Pretty wicked.
I think you held that 5-minute. We didn't trade to that 50-minute on anything. Lime got somewhat close, but ultimately fell short. And I'm not going to get in shorts unless we tap that 50-minute. So if this just runs, then
I did not have a cent of profit on that trade. It's funny. Okay, took the stop loss there.
yeah, it's probably just going to hit the target. It's not going to retrace now. If this 5-minute order block holds, or if we're gonna get that moved to that 50-minute.
Still want that move to the 50-minute.
If there was SMT at those highs, I would like with the 50-minute gap, I'd be in short right there. But because there isn't, I'm gonna wait because I would like to see that get traded to. NQ's invalidating its order block right now, which is good. Starting to at least.
Make Dumbo order block. What are you talking about?
Like the small bearish 5-minute order block on NQ. It was above it.
Uh-oh.
So it's starting to invalidate it.
Oh, yeah. In the sense that you want to see it get to that 50-minute.
Not a very big order block though. I'd probably look at the even the 3 minutes not super great. YM's holding that though. Pretty aggressively. Looks like YM just gonna sell off to that low now. So yeah, once YM takes previous days low, I'll probably shut her down for the day because it's almost noon and Trump speaks in about 45 minutes.
Honestly, don't think we trade to that 50-minute. Not with that right there.
No, this 1-minute gap has to hold if we're gonna do it. It'd just make more sense though if we did leave. We left relative equal lows again, so now we have even more relative equal lows on YM. Get one more retracement and then send NQ lower to the 930 low and call her good there.
Yeah, we'll stream until lunch. Lunch hits.
Yeah.
Bitcoin's below 90K. I tweeted like a few weeks ago. I wanted that 85. I think when it broke 100, I tweeted that. I'll pull it up. It's so stupid. The first day we live stream, I lose a trade.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. Just don't think you're lucky. Where is it?
I think you can inverse. Sorry, if YM can inverse this upper gap on the 1-minute chart, we should trade to that 50-minute. I just don't like the reaction that we just got out of it though. Now would be the time for one of those engulfing candles, just to flip it back. Here's the move.
You're not gonna train today, are you?
Well, if Wyman doesn't retrace or we don't retrace that 15-minute,
You
which
get
it doesn't
on
look like we're going to.
You get it on the live stream.
Yeah.
All right. Are we training tomorrow? Are we live streaming tomorrow?
NFP, we could, yeah.
We could. I also trade better when we're not live streaming. Don't know why. I don't like that. I want to be able to trade good on live. It's just a superstition. Can't be real.
We'll see. We'll see what it kind of looks like tonight. See if it looks like it's going to set up for something good tomorrow.
Yeah, we're gonna live stream tomorrow because it's NFP. We won't live stream on Friday though. We'll do 2 live streams this week, so we'll do one tomorrow, and we will catch you then.